stone leveling pad is installed and compacted, you are now ready to begin wall construction. The very first course of retaining wall block is called the base course. It's very important to have the base course level, and each block needs to be level front to rear and level from side to side. Additionally, blocks that are next to each other need to be at the exact same elevation. Although construction of the base course is one of the most important things on the wall, construction of the base course requires simple tools. You need a rubber mallet and a regular sledgehammer, a torpedo level, a couple longer levels, a tape measure, a scrap piece of wood, and a shovel, and a good set of leather gloves. We are ready to begin installation of the base course. On this particular wall, the wall blocks are going to be colored. We are paying extra money for colored blocks. However, your base course units can be the standard stock, maybe a gray color. You don't have to pay the extra money for coloring. The first tool we're going to use is the tape measure. On this particular wall, I need to make sure that this block is installed so that I can get geogrid 14 feet long. I'm measuring from the front of the wall unit back to the back edge of my geogrid, and I'm making sure that the geogrid lengths match what the design requires. The next thing we do is make sure that we remove any burrs or small pieces of concrete from the top of the block. Occasionally, these very small pieces of concrete will interfere when you're trying to check for level. The easiest way to do this is with your shovel or the scrap piece of wood. The next thing we want to do is check this block for level. Using the torpedo level, we're going to check the block from front to rear. And I see that the back side of the block needs to go down. I'm using a rubber mallet so I don't damage the block. Clean the level. And clean the block. Now I still need a little bit more. So I'm going to use my piece of wood and a larger hammer. My block is now level from front to rear. I'm going to repeat this process to make sure the block is level from side to side. We've installed our first block, level front to rear and level side to side. Next, we continue with the installation of the base course by installing blocks to the right and to the left of our first block. These additional blocks also have to be checked for level front to rear and side to side. But additionally, we have to make sure that this block and this block are at the same elevation. This is where your torpedo level comes in handy to slide back and forth. Or you can use some of your longer levels to make sure that there is not a tilting or rocking because one block is higher than the other. Another very important thing that needs to be taken care of right now is to make sure that the alignment of the wall is acceptable. This is usually done after you get 2 or 3 blocks together, and basically it's a simple process of taking a step back, looking down the wall, making sure that these base courses are going in the direction that you want. Next, what's going to happen is you're going to put a drainage pipe immediately behind the lowest block possible to get gravity drainage, and the cores of this particular block will get filled with stone. This completes our video on the installation of a base course block. Remember, your base course block needs to be level front to rear, level side to side, and adjacent blocks need to be at the same elevation. Any errors in the base course will be magnified every successive course. That error will become larger.
For more online education, go to retainingwallexpert.com right here, right now.